Hi, welcome back to our channel. We are the Grace Notes Stitchers.
I'm Colleen.
And I'm Corinne. We're a mother-daughter team. Colleen is 17. She'll be 18 in December. She has been cross-stitching for about 3 years. I taught her. My mother taught me. So it's kind of neat to be able to pass that down. I do apologize if you hear any noises going on. My husband is being super helpful. And I don't know if you've watched my previous videos, you could see the cabochons that we've been buying off of eBay. These things, like the stitch email that you see, most of it I ordered 6 to 8 weeks ago and it's just now coming in. These are coming from China, so they were ordered well over 2 months ago. They're great size to make needle minders out of, and I'll show you the one I'm using right now. I'm going to not recommend them. I like them, I love the pictures on them. But the first 4 he did turned out great. He broke the top off and then he used a something to sand them, a metal. Do you remember what it's called?
I don't know. It starts with like a letter. Dremel.
Dremel. Sorry. I bought him a Dremel and he was able to sand the tops off, and you'll be able to see the ones we're using. The second batch that came, 21 of them, as he's been breaking the tops off, it's leaving like a little hole indent, and he can't sand it. So then he tried to solder it with a soldering iron and it's not coming smooth. So I'm probably just gonna have to replace the ones that I really wanted, because he did your Paris one. Yeah.
What happened?
He broke the top off.
Okay.
And then he also wasn't able to fix my the second one, the coffee one that I really wanted. So anyway, we're gonna hopefully be able to replace those, and we'll just have to use them with a hook. So what it is it's actually a long pendant necklace. So it comes with a chain and they cost 99 cents. So to replace them, not a huge deal. And that's why I was willing to try them. But the pendant part that holds onto the chain is what he's been trying to break off. So as time goes by, I'm sure you've noticed my hair is changing color a little bit. So it's a little ombre because we went darker this time, and my stylist was not able to get my roots quite as dark as the rest of my hair. So she did actually a second coat, and now the grays are coming in. So I don't like to show my gray hair because my husband is half Japanese and his hair is still pretty much black. When he gets his hair cut, for some reason, we do see a lot of the grays, but as it grows out, you don't see anything. And I don't know. I can't do the box hair color like some people. I tried, but I have bad hair for that. It totally kills it, and then I have to get it all cut off. So I'd rather have length. And I don't know if any of you guys are trying the home hair cutting. My husband wants me to trim his hair, and
I got some very fluffy bangs that are getting long when they are not fluffy.
So I might be trimming up her bangs. I can do my girl's long hair. My husband, I gave my son a bald spot years ago, and he's like, "You're never touching my hair again." But I dropped the clippers. I don't know. So I said I'll clean up around their ears and their neck, but the rest of it, they're just gonna have to live with it. So they might be one of those going to the underground hair salon. I don't know. Just kidding. Really, truly. So I know I talk a lot. I talk about life. We talk about stitching. This is a cross stitch channel. I do knit. I know how to knit. I learned the basics of crochet, but cross stitching has always been my passion. So we'll get to what we've done this week. So this week I was able to add to my shelf. So you can see that it's a little bit fuller. I was able to add in all my week's dye works. That took a lot of time because I had to use those Flosstube bags, write on them, I put them in alphabetical order. I do think that's probably it for that shelf, and then I'll go into the next shelf because the rest of them I have 2 and 3 of each kind. So I do want to keep them by the brand, and then if I said before, I'm going to have my husband make me some labels. He loves using his label maker, and I'm going to put some labels on so I know what's on each shelf. And I told you before that the Flosstube bags didn't have holes punched. They do, but it's on the other side of the Ziploc. So to be on a string, you actually would have to take it off the string, I think, to be able to use the bags properly. I went online to figure out how to say these words for the scroll rods that I like, and I'm going to call them quantum frames because that's what we all call them anyway. But anyway, I went online to see how to say the word almanac. and I could not find anything. But what I did find out is it's an Estonian word that means owner. So that's kind of cool. So Alicia, I wanted to know for both of us. So I went online and looked for YouTube videos. And the only thing on their factory site are some videos in Estonian. So I sat there and I listened and I listened and I listened. And they say it Amanique. Because I listened until I heard her say those words. So it is the Amanique factory. Alicia, you're right. And then I was like, oh, I gotta see how to say the word Krennic. Because I knew I didn't say that right. So I went to the Krennic factory's website. That is how you say it. So I am gonna have to retrain my brain that is Krennic. Because she was doing some demonstrations with using the Krennic threads. So it's a really strange way to say it, and I will learn. So yes, I have to order those through my friend, and I got to do that this week so that I have my projects ready for May. Something else that I learned about this week are called Garon toten bags. And a friend of mine has one that's Downton Abbey, which is my new favorite stitching show. And I love it. I'm already on season 5 and it's only been week 3. But anyway, they have a sale every so often, and when they sell them, you have to say "me please," and they say they go fast. They weren't lying. In 5 minutes, their bags were gone. I did order something. I can't wait. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'll show you once I get them. But I'm going to go ahead and move into our stitch email. So for this, I told you guys I was going to do Long Dog. So Colleen picked this one for me. It is called Do Different by Long Dog. So you can look it up if the picture doesn't come across as well as I would like it to. Well, you know what? I have my board here, but it's under things. All right. So this is my Do Different that I am going to start. I'm trying to get my fabric from Alicia. Problem is, this is a pretty big project, so I'm looking at doing 36 count over 2. Because I'm not a big fan of Aida. I'll use it if I have it already, but I haven't actually bought Aida in, I don't know, 15, 20 years. This is a surprise. I did not tell Colleen what came in either one of these packages because these are for Colleen. Oh. So the first up is our Swarovski beads. So the woman has some package. I'm saying woman because it looks like a woman's writing, but they are packed individually. If you can see that, I'm not going to show each one of these. We have pink, we have green, we have blue, and like this one's a rose, so she actually labeled them. They did count out everything we needed, but I ordered them in groups of like a dozen. So the bag that says a dozen is a dozen. The rose ones, believe it or not, there's 48. That was 4 dozen in that package. This came from Dreamtime Creations. The only place I could find the Swarovski beads. It came in this really nice pink packaging. And then this is the awesome Fireside. Oh, before I get to this one, along with my Long Dog sampler came, it's from Cecilia's sampler. She sent me a thread minder holder and not minder, thread holder. And I got a little calendar, magnetic calendar. And then there's a little pre-made note. It says, thank you for placing your order with Cecilia's Samplers. We hope you enjoy your goodies and will remember us for all your future stitching needs. I'll put their website down below because that came within a week. I ordered a second Long Dog because I didn't know which one I wanted to do. And I do now because this one's here. I think it already shipped, but they said they wouldn't charge me extra shipping and they're shipping it separately. Okay, Fire Mountain is where I got my Delica beads. And it's kind of funny because I had never heard of them, and I went online and Googled, like, where do you get Delica beads? And I just kept looking at places. And then shortly after, on the Chatelaine Facebook page, someone goes, where do you get them? And they're like, Fireside or Fire Mountain. I should have just asked, but that's okay. I did my own work. I did my own searching. I don't know that the Mayuki beads are what I really needed. Oh no, they're Delica, 24 karat. So each one of these come in their nice little bead holders. And over half of these are Colleen's.
Really?
Yeah. So, oh, look at this one. I am sure this one's hers. This is called Light Blue, Matte Light Blue. I ordered by the numbers. the numbers that were called for on each of our chatelaines. It was not easy trying to figure all of this out, but it was kind of cool. And then, ooh, a glass polishing cloth. We needed that this morning for our glasses. But it also works on polishing gems. So after we get them on our project, we can wipe them down and get our fingerprints off.
The brand is not Mill Hill.
No, these are delicate beads.
Oh,
Totally different than Mill Hill. They're really cool looking. Some of them are square. She gets all the square ones, I know that. And then the round are split between the two of us. But I didn't open this because I wanted you all to see the cool packaging. I got a catalog. They said thank you, Katie. And I got this cool little packed with love. And that was inside the big bag. So I thought that was kind of neat. So let's start talking about whips. How about what you're working on right now?
Thanks.
Oh, the jingling you hear are both of my puppies coming down to see us.
So this is my the year of black work, and I had to put this off. Like, I wasn't allowed to work on it because I don't know, for the videos and stuff I wouldn't do it. So I stopped doing that for a bit, but now I'm doing it now.
So she decided during the videos she doesn't like to just sit and do nothing, and she's not a huge talker. So together we decided, well, she said, can I cross stitch during the video? So we decided that the year of black work would be her project to work on while she sat here, because it's something easy that she can do, and the lighting in here is good enough for that. She also has a finish.
So with these, like in the whole patterns things, they had the people's names, like who they're supposed to go to, and this one actually had my name on it, so I did my own project.
Mom picked it. I picked it for her and never did it. So
I hate French knots. They all look different.
All right, so progress on my whip. So my concentration is on my Mulan. You'll see that a lot, hopefully. That's the goal. That was my January 1st begin. I was in a couple groups, start a new project January 1st. So I decided it would be Mulan. So this is my goal, to actually finish this year. I'm hoping to finish Mulan this year. Just in this past week, I added 5,000 stitches. So I'm in a group, and I will have to look that group up, but it's 5,000 stitches on anything. And this month was Canada. So I had to have 1,000 stitches on something that had to do with Canada, 1,000 stitches with something else. And each month they put a different country, and it's kind of cool. I think it was Canada. If it isn't, I'll fix that. Another project I started working on, so this week was 24 hours of cross stitch. That's also another Facebook group. And every month they have 24 hours of cross stitch. And this is really relaxed, and it's basically a you do it your way. So Thursday night at midnight, so it was actually Friday morning, kicked off the actual 24 hours of cross stitch that you could sit and stitch for 24 hours. No breaks, except to eat and go to the bathroom. So we started it. How long did you last?
Till 4. I even fell asleep before that.
So almost 4 hours. That's okay. We started though at 10. So we did get a head start. We were stitching a lot on Thursday. I made it. I did 24 hours of cross stitch. It took me 27 hours. Because I did take a 45-minute cat nap in the morning and another one in the afternoon. And of course we had to go out at 11 for our Walmart shopping trip. I don't know how it is where you live, but we have to schedule our Walmart trip a week in advance. You get on the list for, mine was for 11 o'clock on Friday, and I can add to it whatever I need throughout the week. So that's great. And then after I pick it up, I go ahead and start my next one because it's so hard. So I had that scheduled, couldn't reschedule it. So I added 3 hours after midnight last night. So I was up till 3 a.m. and I got my work done. So anyway, why am I telling you all of this? Oh, besides the fact that if you want to do it, you don't have to do it 24 hours straight. Some people do it 3 hours Friday or 8 hours Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's 24 hours. So it's just throughout the weekend. So it runs midnight starting Friday morning until Sunday night at midnight, which is Monday morning. So I decided to get my work done on my stitch along. Because you know my goal in Mania is to work on my May as one of my new starts. So on Friday at midnight, I began working on my March. And I actually got all of March finished. And then I took a break to work on my Mulan. I got my last 1,000 stitches I needed for Mulan. And then I worked on this. This is my Rapunzel part of my fairy tale. So this is by Clouds Factory. This is our monthly stitch along. So I got all of this done after my Mulan. This would be my Paris puppy. So if you see a lot of Paris things, it's because she's my love, my Paris. I have Twyla also. We're not going to put her at the table right now. Paris is 2 years old. And she loves her family, but she loves her mommy. And she's my stitching buddy. You see her on a lot of my stitching or my pictures. She lays under my scroll rods while I stitch. But when I went to pick her, I picked her because she went to all my kids. And she loved on all of my kids. And then this is my other project I got done this week. Because again, starting Mania, I want to start fresh with May. This what I didn't do for 24 hours cross stitch. But I did it for one of my challenges. This was the challenge of who would be your minion. And I said this fox would be my minion. So anyway, this is my April finish. So I am caught up on my stitch along. So she's either going to play with the dog or she's going to cross stitch. I'm going to talk about some of my challenges that I'm in. So starting May 1st, Semi-Sane is starting a Stitchopoly. We're going to roll dice and move around the game board virtually, and it'll tell each thing that we land on will tell us how many stitches we have to do. And usually with these, you take a beginning picture and an ending picture, and then you get your credit. And you're allowed to move through the board as many times as you want. I guess there's some kind of drawing, because this is my first time doing it, that every time you get around the go, that you get to start, you get an entry into the drawing, and then you get to go around again. I played some kind of Wheel of Fortune or Hangman type thing. I think it was Wheel of Fortune I've done with them already. And that was a lot of fun. So I'm in a group called Myth and Magical Stitch Wars. That's going to kick off on May 1st. And that's stitching as many as you want. So here's a plug for my team. I am on the Pixies, and there are only 5 or 6 of us in a team, but there's villagers. So if you're not part of it yet, you can stitch as a villager, and you can give us gifts. So that's kind of fun. So I would love to have you help us. Twyla, Paris likes Twyla's tongue. Twyla had all her teeth removed 2 years ago, so her tongue does not stay in her mouth by itself. But that's okay. We love our puppies. And then another one I'm in is Enchanted Stitching Challenges. I told you I would tell you about some of these. So in the Enchanted Stitching, yeah, both dogs love Mom. In the Enchanted Stitching Challenges group, that's where I do all of these projects. So my Mania, which again is starting on Friday, is going to be based on my challenges. So if they tell me to stitch on something with an animal, I'll start a new project that has to do with an animal. If they say, you know, stitch something. So my goal is 250 for that. So if they tell me to stitch on something with a border, I will stitch on something that has a border. They'll tell you 100 stitches with black. So I'll pick something that has black. So yeah, my life revolves around my challenges. But my goal to begin May 1st is going to be what she's working on, the Year of Black work. I would like to start that as my May 1st new start.
Try to catch up
so
to
Peppermint Purple. Yeah, I'll do as many as I can in that, because I don't know that the May challenges will be out yet. And by Thursday or Friday, I usually have this week's challenges done. And they're really generous. Like, you can kind of make it whatever you want to. So I use Mulan for as many challenges as I can. If I can't, I try to use my stitch alongs, because obviously it's my goal to get these stitch alongs done every single week. What is your new start for May 1st? I know you have this planned.
Yeah. It's called the Silver Unicorn. I'm stitching it on 28 count, even weave. What was it? Light gray. Oh no, light gray. This would be like, this was the project I was gonna do like a long time ago, like right when I had started cross stitching, and my sister had gotten like gold Pegasus, so I am gonna do both of those in Mania.
All right. I would love to know what your plans are for this week. I would love to know if you are going to be participating in Mania, or Sania, as some people are calling it, because they're only doing 4 or 5 projects, or Monogamania, where you're only doing 1 project throughout the month. So people are making their own twists on all of this. You can put that in the comments. I'd like to say thank you so much for sticking with us and watching. And if you watched our other videos, thank you for being, I guess, a fan or a subscriber. I would love to talk to you. I love seeing the comments. I'll answer you back. I am on Facebook as Corinne Simpson. You can chat to me through there. You can send messages to Colleen through there. She's kind of on Facebook, but not really. She doesn't check it. She has an account, but she doesn't play the games. She doesn't do any of the challenges. Sorry, I know I talk a lot. I ramble. My husband listens to these videos just to hear my voice, he says so. Yeah. Is that creepy or sweet? I think it's sweet. I have to think it's sweet, right? Yeah. As far as this week plans, we told you we're going to start Mania and every other thing that starts May that we can possibly handle. Mm-hmm. Oh, we have something cool coming on tonight, though. Not stitching related, but my son. They asked him to pick up extra hours at Chick-fil-A today. So he said, I will, if I can take my family some dinner. So we're going to get some Chick-fil-A sandwiches tonight, courtesy of my son and his extra work. The Chick-fil-A he works at is really cool. Yesterday they brought in some Kona Italian ice for all of the employees. They brought them in soft pretzels from Philly Pretzel Factory.
They have Flosstubes.
Flosstubes one day. Like, they're really trying to take care of their employees. Movie theater candy. They took the condiment station and they transferred it into candy station, because no customers can come in. They do drive-through only, or you can order through the app and park in a parking spot and they will just carry it out to you. And they use these buckets so that it's all touchless. They wear gloves, like masks, everything. They had somebody make them 100 masks, so they gave her 100 free Chick-fil-A meal coupons. Pretty awesome. Wow. So it's really neat what they do. And then tomorrow night I'm making my favorite, pork and sauerkraut. One of my favorites. We usually only have it one day a year, but we had a pork roast, didn't know what to do with it. So through the Walmart app, I was able to get sauerkraut. And I'm like, my husband's actually looking forward to it. My daughter's not so much. Alan enjoys it, so that's a good thing. But I want to say thank you again for watching. We'd love to answer questions if you have any questions. Just like to know what's going on in your life. This is a little picture and a little glimpse of what goes on in our life. Coffee, teaching, cross-stitching. Tea for her. I drink tea, but not as much as her. But thank you again for watching. Have a good week.